Hey there guys, this is me again, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain how to solve system of equation. Even though it says by substitution, we're going to use the augmented matrices, okay? Uh, but we are going to use this worksheet. You already have solved this worksheet using the substitution method. Uh, Even at the end, you can see the problems or the systems with the answers. Okay, so we're going to solve it using the substitution method. Today, we're going to we're going to start only the first four. Okay, the first four problems or the first four systems. Okay, uh, let me copy the very first one. Okay, so this is our first system of equations, and the first thing we need to do is to make sure that they are in the order that we need. Okay, what is the order that we need? This, this right here is the order that we need. This is not the order we need. Okay, the order we need is that the first term has to have the variable x. The second term has to have the variable y, and then equals, and then a result, like a constant. Okay, that is the correct order. So what do we need to do if this equation is not in that order? We need to start moving things, right? We need to start moving terms. Okay, so this term, which is on the right side, has to be on the left side. So it has to go to the other side of the equation, but it is adding, and you may say, well, it says that it is subtracting. Yeah, 11 is subtracting. Numbers, the term 6x is adding because it is positive. Okay, so when we send this into the other side, it is going to be subtracting. So it is going to be negative 6x plus y, because y is positive, plus y equals negative 11. Okay, okay. Now we have our system. We have our system of equations in the order that we want. Okay, this is these are the two equations we're going to work with. This is the same equation as this one, just placed in different order. And I am going to draw a matrix that we need. I'm going to draw it right here, and I'm going to delete a few parts. Okay, and to draw a line here. Okay, so I am going to be needing this matrix. This is a matrix, so that's why it is called the augmented matrices. Uh, what do we need to do? We need to get to this order, and yeah, you're not going to understand at the beginning what we're doing, but you're going to understand at the end. So the first thing I want you to do is to do this step to accommodate, to yeah, to send if you see, like in this here, the x is on the right side. In these four equations, you have to send it to the left side doing the opposite operation. So I want you to pause this video and do this step in equations number 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. Now that you have done uh, this step in equations 2, I mean in systems 2, 3, and 4, um, let me explain what is next. So what you're going to do now, or what you have to do now, is to end up like this. Uh, we need a 1 here, we need 0 here, we need 0 here, and we need 1 here. Okay? Let me use a different color in the second row. So this is going to be 0 and 1. Okay, this is going to be y, and this is going to be x. Okay? I know that at this moment you're like, what? What is Mr. Zamora doing? Don't worry, I'm going to explain how we're going to win that way. Okay, so I'm going to copy this matrix. I'm going to copy it over here. And this is the next step we're going to do. We are just going to copy, uh, the numbers that the equation has. So for example, number 2, which is negative, we're going to copy it right here. Now number 3, negative, we're going to copy it right here. And negative 7 in here. Okay, now we're going to copy the numbers in the bottom equation. Here, negative 6. Here, there is no number. Remember, when there is no coefficient, actually the coefficient is 1, and it is positive. And negative 11. Okay. So I want you to do this step for systems 2, 3, and 4. So pause the video and do this step. This step for um, systems 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now that you have this step in those 4 systems, let's continue. As I told you, we want this number. Let me use a different color. We want this number to be converted into 1. You see, the top left one, it has to be a 1. All right. So how do we do it? How do we convert this number into a 1? Well, an easy solution, and it's what we're going to do, is to divide it by itself. So if we divide negative 2 by negative 2, the result is going to be 1. But the condition is that we have to divide all all of the row by this number. So the whole row has to be divided by negative 2. Okay? And we're going to do this. I am going to copy this matrix again here. Okay? Because we're going to use this. So, negative 2 divided by negative 2 equals 1. Negative 3 divided by negative 2, well, negative divided by negative equals positive. 3 divided by 2 equals, well, we're not going to use decimals, we're going to use fractions, equals 3 halves, okay? And negative 7 divided by negative 2 equals positive 7 halves, okay? And then we're just going to copy the bottom equation. Negative 6, 1, negative 11. I want you to pause this video and complete this step. Remember, you have to divide by 2 all of the row. Okay, pause the video and do this step. Okay, now that we have converted this number into 1, so this is 1, the same as this one, the next step is to convert the bottom left number into a 0, which is, what is the bottom left number? This one right here. This number has to become a 0. Okay, so this step is a little bit, not really that much, it's a little bit more complicated than the previous step. So what we're going to do in here, we're going to need the help of the opposite row. Remember, here to convert into 1, we don't need to use the second row or the other row. We only need this row. But in this one, we're going to use both rows. Okay. So first, I am going to copy, and I am going to copy this row. This row, I am going to copy it. Let me copy it. 1, 3 halves, and 7 halves. And what I am going to do with this row is that I am going to multiply this row times the number I want to convert, but the opposite. The number I want to convert is this one. This one is the one that I want to convert to 0. But I am going to multiply by this number, but the opposite. What is the opposite of negative 6? Positive 6. Okay? So now when I multiply it, 6 times 1 equals 6. 6 times 3 halves. Okay, 6 times 3 equals 18 halves. And I can do this operation, right? So instead of writing 18 halves, I can write 18 divided by 2 equals 9. Alright? So 9. And something similar is going to happen here. So 6 times 7 equals 42 halves. Yeah, because why halves? Because if we put 1 into here, it's the same, and 1 times 2 equals 2. Okay? And 42 divided by 2 equals 21. Okay? So 21. Okay? Now, I am going to copy this row. Pay attention to what I am doing here. So I copied this row into here. Okay. I multiplied times 6 times the opposite. And then I am going to copy this row over here, which is negative 6, 1, negative 11. So I am going to do this operation. Okay? So 6 minus 6 equals 0. 9, they are both positive, so 9 plus 1 equals 10. 21 minus 11 equals 10. And this, guys, this is going to be my new second row. Okay? This row is going to substitute the row that was here. Okay? So I am going to copy a new matrix in here. And I am going to copy the first row just as it is. So it is 1, 3 halves, and 7 halves. Okay, 7 halves. And the second row is going to be this one right here. This one is going to be right here. It is going to substitute the the other row. Oh, sorry. So it is 0, 10, and 10. Okay. So as you can see, uh, this one is 1, this one is 0, just as this one is 1 and this one is 0. Okay. Now we need to convert this number 10 into 1 and these 3 halves into 0. Okay, what order we are doing it? Uh, Top left, bottom right, and top right. So the next one is this one. We have to convert number 10 into 1. How do we do it? Simple. The same way we converted number 2 into negative 2 into 1. So we are going to divide all of the row by the number we want to convert. So by 10. Okay? And let me put it right here. So 0 divided by 10 equals 0. 10 divided by 10 equals 1. And 10 divided by 10 equals 1. And the other row, we're just going to copy it exactly as it is. Okay, sorry. Well, I didn't make a mistake. I didn't give you time to do the previous step. So you were supposed to pause the video in here, in this part, do all this process, and then for problems 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to continue to. So pause the video, do the problems until this step, till you get to this part, and when you're done, unpause the video and continue. Okay, so the final step is to convert this number, these 3 halves, into a 0. Okay, how are we going to do that? We need to do the same as we did here. So it is like a little bit longer process, but yeah, it's not difficult. So this is what we're going to do. I am using different colors like blue and red just for first row and second row, but it's not necessary to be using different colors. So what are we going to do? So if we want to convert this number, we need to use this row first. Okay, so I am going to copy this row. Oops. So 0, 1, and 1. All right. Then what did we do? Remember, we need to multiply this row times the opposite number we want to convert. So we want to convert 3 halves, so we need to multiply times negative 3 halves. Okay? And what is the result? Negative 3 halves times 0 equals 0. Negative 3 halves times 1 equals negative 3 halves. And negative 3 halves times 1 equals negative 3 halves. Okay. Pause the video and do problems 2, 3, and 4 until this step. Okay, let's continue. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to copy this row into here because we're going to do the addition operation. So it is 1 3/2 and 7/2. Okay. So now we're going to do the addition. 0 plus 1 equals 1. Negative 3/2 plus 3/2 or 3/2 minus 3/2 equals 0. And negative 3/2 plus 7/2 or 7 minus 3 equals 4/2. And we know that 4/2 is 2, or 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So we can just write 2. And this is going to be my new first row, or my new top row. Okay? So I am going to copy this row right here, 1, 0, 2, and then I am going to copy this row in here, 0, 1, 1. Okay? And as you can see, and if we compare, we have this 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. This number is the x. And let me use blue. Okay, this number is the x, and now I'm going to use red. This number is y. In other words, if we write this with parentheses, x equals 2, comma, y equals 1. This is the result. If we check on our worksheet, problem 1 is 2, comma, 1, which we have right here, 2, comma, 1. Okay, you see it is a little bit longer process, the procedure is a little bit longer, but it's not that difficult. It doesn't involve algebra, so if algebra is one of your, like, you struggle with algebra, well, this is going to be like an oasis for you, because, well, it doesn't have algebra at all. Just multiplying, dividing, subtracting, adding, and things like that. All right. So guys, this is it. This is what you have to do. I am not sure if you're going to be able to do this in one single class. Probably you're going to need 2 classes. But this is how the augmented matrices work. Okay. See you next time, and bye-bye.